What up, what up, what up? This is my another video. And we're going to talk about my story time. Hey, mama. Talk about my story time. And this one's going to be, say hi. Say hi, Kizzy. Say, this is my video on how I got abused, mentally and physically abused by my ex-boyfriend when I was like 18. This was right after I had my son. It's my first time ever speaking on this, and I never told nobody. Like, that's how crazy it was. So the story, and we're gonna have characters throughout the story, and I'm not gonna say their real name because you know how people say not to say their real name and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna go with the story. So okay, this particular day. This was, I would say, right after I had my son, and I would say, this was like, I had my son in September. This was, and I would say back in 2014, I say between October, November of 2014. I met this boy offline. You know how it say not to have, and I'm cutting out my face, y'all, because I don't want y'all to see my tears running in my eyes, because I'm probably be emotional through this story. So, yeah, so November, it had to be November, in the middle of November, around my birthday. Mind you, I'm 18 years old, and I met this boy offline. And you know how they say, well, don't go online, meeting new people and stuff like that. So I really didn't listen, because at that point in time, I really was going through my transition as anxiety, real bad anxiety and depression, because I felt as though people wasn't really loving me as I was. So I really had to portray myself as another person on, not basically catfish, but I had me personally pictures of me, but I had like showing stuff like my chest is in my butt and all that other stuff, that type of me. I don't do that no more and stuff like that. So I really thought that was cool. I think that's how I thought that's how men was attractive to, so that's why I put out there as, you know, showing more cleavage and showing more butt and like, you know, getting pretty. So yeah, so this particular night, no, I wouldn't say this particular day. This particular day, I met this guy, and we going to name him Brown. I met Brown online, and this was 2 months prior, before me having my, 2 months before, after I had my son. So, me and him talking. But y'all, for real, in my other video, I was talking about my baby father, but we wasn't together at this point in time because it was just some difficulties we couldn't handle. But we was off and on. So yeah, I met him, but we was talking for a minute, and we was talking for a minute, and then we was just you know, asking about how he is, what do we like in the men, and when, you know, what he like in me, or I asked him what he like in women, he asked me what I like in men, just back and forth, 21 questions that you really ask people and stuff like that. Get off of that. And then, so he didn't really, I mean, he asked how old I was. At that time point in time, but y'all, I was 18. So this person, he was, I would say, 22, 23. You know how they say don't date older guys. But at that point in time, I really liked the men that was older than me. I don't know why, but this was just my cup of tea at that point in time in my life. So we we was going back and forth texting and stuff like that for a whole 2, 3, 4 months until we met up. Mind you, I started talking to him in November, December, January, February, March. Like March of 2015. Mind you, I didn't get into a really fully relationship until August of 2015. But it was a different guy. So yeah, I met him like between March, because I was like, I had other stuff worried about. So I was worried about more so my kids and trying to go back to school, and plus I was working. So like all that I couldn't really do by myself. So I just, I did that's what I had to do for my child. I was already graduated and all that other stuff. So yeah, so okay, we met up, and then we started, when you first meet a person, your spark and stuff like that, that always goes from there. So I'm like, okay, I think he's a good guy. But I said, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. I think I can give him a chance. So we started talking like, let's just make this official. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's fine. I mean, we was talking for months. We were seeing each other for months. I mean, what possibly could go wrong? Think again, something went wrong. So, okay, after we officially got together, things went downhill for us. So, this point in time, he didn't get out of that. So, this point in time, so I had friends that I was in school with, and he didn't like me hanging with them. I don't know why, but me, I'm so gullible into him and falling in love with him. I didn't really pay it no mind, but as right now, it was really showing me signs. So y'all have to see signs before looking at somebody. When they show you signs, then you take that sign and run with it and get out of there. So I really thought he was just like, they was a bad people, like you don't need to be hanging around that person. And like I'm like, yeah, you're right, I need to start distancing myself. And I did start distancing myself from them people. I really didn't start hanging, I didn't start talking to them. I didn't talk to them and nothing like that. And they was wondering why I was being phony and shady, like because you just so gullible into a man, so you like, yeah, I'm gonna just do whatever he says, basically. So, and then that was the first time. The second time when this was like going in April, May, June-ish, around that time. And it's hot, so let me tell y'all, I was real thicker than this, and I ain't had all this. My kids bought this on me. So yeah, so I was real thick. No offense to y'all, I was real thick. So I used to wear stuff like half shirts and short skirts and stuff like that, and my gladiator sandals and stuff like that. So stuff like that I used to wear. I used to have long hair, like I used to have my long hair and stuff like that. I used to look real pretty for real, like sundresses and everything, thicker than a Snicker. You feel me? But anyway, yeah. One day he saw me had it on, but I didn't mind y'all. I didn't know he was coming down there, but I was on my way going to my homegirl house, but I saw him. So I'm like, he basically, like he looked, like I'm like, oh. So he came over there like, what the fuck, like why you got that on? I'm like, what you mean? Like causing a whole scene, y'all, causing a whole scene. He's like, what you mean? Go back in the house. I said, I'm not going in the house. So no, I'm not going in the house to change anything, because guess what, it's hot and I'm not trying to be hot. So he got mad and stormed off. He texted my phone like, I swear to fucking God, all this other stuff. And the text message was just crazy. That's the second time. The third time is when he got mad because I wanted to go outside. Mind you, this was like 8, 9 o'clock at night. I wanted to go outside with my friends because they was going to the movies. So I wanted to go. He like, no, you're not going. So we so yeah, he wind up grabbing me like you ain't going nowhere and slammed me against the wall. And I'm like looking at him scared, shaking my mind like, what is going on with you? Like, you can tell, like you tell when a person like trying to really hurt you because their eyes, like you can tell by somebody by their eyes. And I just saw, like, I didn't see him personally, I saw somebody else that I didn't meet. So I'm looking like, yo, why is he doing this? And then I'm like, so I'm like, all right, I passed that by again. So it was a coming time when he used to just get mad for no reason. He just see rage in me and just start pounding me and stuff like that. I'm like looking like, that's why I'm so cold-hearted right now, because people just don't understand what I went through in life. And I never told nobody this. Is my first time ever telling anybody what happened, because I was just scared. People just don't understand. I've been through so much with this people, and they just take my kindness for weakness. I'm not being mean. I'm not being, all that other stuff. But I'm a real nice person if you get to know me for real. But yeah, he beat on me. He choked me. He L'd me out, and he slammed me. He banged me and all this other stuff. Like, he just was really banging me like I'm some type of nigga on the streets. And I never in my life been in that type of relationship before. But this time I was so scared. Like, this time I just wanted to get away. But as for real, I really thought at that time. And then physically, he used to hit me. Mentally, he used to tell me I ain't shit. I ain't gonna never be shit. All you gonna do is be a single mom and all this. Even though I am a single mom, but I'm just saying, yeah. He used to just call me ugly. That's why I feel like how I feel sometimes. Like, I feel like I'm not worth anything, because that's when people treat me like I'm not nothing. I had family members that don't even care about me. They would want to see me hurt than they see me happy. But I try so hard to better myself for one, and my other son is at his aunt's house for them, so I can better myself and move where I need to be in life. But yeah, mentally used to call me sluts, bitches, and all this other stuff. Emotionally, used to tell me I'm ugly, like no one will want you anyway. All this other stuff that it was just so much shit I was going through, and I just don't understand. But yeah, this is I just wanted to say this part that I'm just over, like I'm overwhelmed. I'm shaking still because that stuff is still in, like, make my anxiety. That's why I have real bad depression and anxiety, because of what I went through. But people feel like I'd be faking it. Why do I need to fake what I went through for? That's it's just too much. Like, I won't even do no shit like that. No offense to the cursing and that stuff like that. But yeah, whoever watching, just like, and it was hard, and to be honest, it was hard for me to get out of that situation, because of the simple fact that I thought somebody like him would love me, and I felt like he loved me. So what he was doing, I felt like I was loved through what he was doing to me. But as I thought about it, and I had to get away from him, it was hard getting out of an abusive relationship. You have to really be determined to get out of there. And then and that's the crazy part, y'all. He used to, when I try to leave, he used to be like, "Why are you leaving me? Don't you love me? I was gonna be there for you." And then he'll try to switch up on his ways, and after I come back to him, it's like right back all over here, beatings every day. Like, that's just what he used to do when he get mad and stuff. Like, I don't understand, but it was crazy because he used to tell me that his mom used to get beat up on by his father when he was younger. He used to see that all the time. But that's how you know that was going to happen. That's why I bring up my children in a better environment. I don't want none of that. I've been through too much. I have too much. That's why I don't really bring too many people around my kids, because every time I bring somebody around my kid, that energy rubs off on the kids. That's just why I don't have a lot of people around my family or my children, period. But yeah, that was my story. I hope somebody sees this, like it, subscribe. It's just very emotional, but you know, you gotta get through it. Stay calm, get out of it. Like, that type of relationship you don't need in your life at all. Like, just, yeah. Y'all have a good day. Night, I mean.